My 29F, husband Ted, 34M, and I have been together for 10 years. We met early in college and dated all throughout. I graduated before him and took a semester for traveling while he finished so we could move to another state. He ended up having to repeat some classes, so when I came back we couldn't move yet and I had no place of my own, so I moved in with him and his roommate/brother Ash, 32M, while Ted finished school. Before moving in I made sure that Ted cleared it with Ash that I was bringing my male cat with me. They had a dog who was old but Ash said he was fine with it. About 3 weeks after moving in I started noticing that our bedroom started to smell a lot like pee and we couldn't figure out where it was coming from. My cat is toilet trained so I knew it wasn't him, and the dog couldn't go into our room because it was on the second floor and he had hip problems. I started finding clothes on the floor smelling like pee. I asked Ted and he said he had no idea. After 3 months of frustration and this happening about 2x week I asked Ash if he was bringing the dog upstairs. He said no. At this point I'm fed up. I stopped leaving clothes anywhere but I was still finding pee in my shoes, my throw pillows, things like that. After breaking down one day Ash suggested it was my cat marking his territory as male cats are known for doing that. He said it made sense as it was only on my things and it was a new place. If any of y'all have cats you know that cat pee smells different than human pee. I trust my cat with my whole heart so I set up a camera in our room. I was paying rent, boyfriend knew about it so I figured this was the way to find out where the pee was coming from. Lo and behold, Ash was coming into our room and peeing on my stuff. When I saw the video I packed my things and cat, and went to stay with a friend until Ted finished college and we moved. When all of this happened I refused to confront him because EW and Ted dealt with that. I haven't really spoken to Ash since. He was a best man at the wedding but we tend to keep clear of each other at family gatherings and such. With the pandemic Ash lost his job and apartment and is honestly struggling financially. He asked if he could move in with us and I honestly don't want to because he peed on my stuff. He was 25 years old when it happened. He was a grown-ass man. Now their whole family is calling and texting telling me I'm an ass for leaving him homeless in the middle of a pandemic, but it wasn't their stuff getting peed on. Am I holding a grudge because he peed on my stuff? But he is losing his home, and his cat deserves a home, but it was made very clear that I cannot just take in his cat and leave him to the elements. I know I'm justified but now Ted said that he couldn't do that to his brother and the job market is better here for his type of job. Update. A few questions that have popped up a couple of times. Is he in therapy? He was last I checked. After P-Gate his mom made him go. That's how we found out. Why did he do this? Ash and Ted were and are best friends and me coming into Ted's life was threatening enough that he wanted to break us up. Clearly it didn't work and it only made Ted go and see for a time. His therapist suggested that Ash had to make amends with his brother, according to my MIL who is the one who reconnected them, and ask for forgiveness for his actions. They reconnected and as long as I didn't have to be with him and he never stepped into our home I could live with it. Why was he in the wedding? When we were getting married the party was more for our parents. We didn't mind the courthouse but my parents wanted a big wedding because I'm the first of my sisters to get married. All of my sisters and all of Ted's brothers were bridesmaids and groomsmen and we couldn't exclude him. Ted and Ash are best friends after all and as long as I didn't have to take pictures with P-Man himself and he didn't give a speech I didn't care. Why can't any in his family take him? We live in the East Coast. The rest of the family lives in the West Coast. After many comments I'm starting to doubt this next part but I'll say it still because it's the information I have. Ted's profession is much more employable in the East Coast than in the West, so him moving across would diminish his chances of finding a new job in his field. I am in the process of convincing all of the brothers, there's 8 more, to pitch in a bit so between us all he can stay there. Why do they think I'm an ass? His whole family is very forgive and forget. They have forgiven things that are appalling to me, car stealing, faking a college degree and keeping the money etc. So they really think that this was just a one-time thing and he's outgrown it and I just need to get over it. Did he apologize? He apologized to Ted but never to me, which I am a bit bitter about. I was considering accepting an apology but you guys are right and that would be self-serving of him and a way to get back into my house and potentially give me peats. I'm sorry, I promise I'm not making fun, I just saw a chance and had to take it. Did he pay for the stuff he peed on? Well, since I didn't know where pee was coming from I just kept washing the pee things. After the video I did throw out everything that I remember had been peed on that did not hold sentimental value, but there's 2 pairs of shoes currently in my home who have been golden showered. He did not pay for the stuff I threw out and honestly it never occurred to me to ask him to. I just cut my losses. What is your husband's stand on this? Ted is the best human in the universe and he honestly puts up with enough of my shenanigans that I would legit let P-Man move in if it made Ted happy. As soon as everything happened he was disturbed and cut him off completely, but after his mom said the therapist thought it would help him to make amends they made up. Ted has never once pressed me to be with Ash or for him to come to our house. When we got married he told me it was absolutely okay if I said no to Ash being the best man, but I love him enough to deal with him when it's necessary, such as Christmas, except 2020, and big family events. Can I see the video? I'm sorry to disappoint you but no. As pissed, as I might be at the man, I do believe in privacy. When it happened I only sent it to Ted so he would believe me because I honestly wouldn't believe me if he told me one of my sisters was peeing in his stuff. As far as I know he has only shown it to his parents to provide proof that we weren't making things up, and 2 of the older brothers because they're guys and curious. I want to thank you for my awards. They're lovely and shiny and make me feel like I just won the Olympics. You guys are the best. I also want to say thank you for the amazing jokes and nicknames. If I lose this battle and he moves here, I will be leaving him a litter box and puppy training pads in the guest room, just to rub his nose in it.